Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel throughout social media. We're going to get you out of here before the top of the hour, give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the Drive-Thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Deliver live free picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. So let's meet the cappers and get right to the picks, and we don't mess around here on the Drive-Thru. Let's go to Kevin. Kevin, what's happening?
Well, Tony, I guess my vacation's over as Brian Bittler is back on the show, ruining that for me. But looking for a good weekend bounce back here. WNBA starting to turn into the NBA. If you were waiting to see Caitlin Clark play, and then they ruled her out prior to the game, that's a kick in the nuts. I'll tell you that, Tony. My whole play was based around Caitlin Clark, so it's turning into the NBA. I don't like it.
Yep. She was. It was on the injury report, though. You did have there was some warning signs out there, especially with that money game coming up. Let's see, hello, Brian. Brian, what's happening?
Come on, Kevin Thomas. When you wake up this morning, you see the Dallas Wings at like +3. You pretty much know that Caitlin Clark's not going to play just by looking at the line. So, but it's great to be back and hanging out with all my good friends, especially Kevin. Vacation's not over. Still got another month to go, but that doesn't mean we can't dig into some winners and give out some free picks here on a Friday night.
Yeah, Brian, get out those winners, man. Ooh, big last 30 days, 23-15. Been red hot. Let's say to Rod. Rod, what's happening?
Well, not too much. Can't complain. One play yesterday, one winner. Light for me yesterday, so can't complain about that. The Rays stayed hot. Got me a nice little winner. Moved on to that win. I took a couple days off from the WNBA. Didn't touch it yesterday. I think there was, after the 4 days of dogs, where all of a sudden 4 dogs decided to pop up in the WNBA, the rare occurrence where all 4 dogs won outright in the WNBA. And I don't think we'll see that in a 4-game card the rest of the year, I'm telling you. Not in the WNBA. And yeah, as Kevin alluded to, yes, the Dirty Tricks Committee and who's in, who's out, kind of look at the Minnesota line today. Definitely telling you the Collier's going to play in that one tonight as it's skyrocketed up too. They were a dog this morning, and now it's up to 3.5. But definitely got some MLB to get to first. Lots of it. So let's get to it. Get some nice winners and knock it out the park. Can't complain this week about MLB. It's been treating me good. And it is the dog days of summer, so let's continue knocking it out of the park.
Dog days of summer. Let's go see if we can score some dogs here. Let's say hello to Javon as we wait for Wayne to get signed in. Javon, what's happening?
Yeah, what's going on, Tony? All week I've been pushing, but instead of getting juice, I'm catching gains because I'm on these underdogs, and I'm catching plus 10 one day, plus 58 one day, so that's what happens when when you're rolling with dogs and manipulating the line and hitting the Stindl clip plays.
Yeah.
So my 1-and-1s and all week have been on the plus side. So yeah, looking to keep that going. Absolutely. If I do end up pushing, I would like to go 2-0 every day.
That's right. Not bad at all. Yeah, I had a single winner here yesterday with the Rays. I like the sound of it, Rod. Stay hot, Rays. We like the sound of that one. All right. Let's get to the baseball for today, 15-game card, and let's just take a look. There's going to be some hot spots, some hot weather spots, as well as some rain in the forecast. 45% in Pittsburgh, 30% in Baltimore today. We do have some 88-degree weather in Cleveland. That's one of the hot spots there of this card today. What do we got? Atlanta 85, Cincinnati 90 degrees. Some hot spots there. What else? We have 87 with the White Sox. So 86 there in KC as the Dodgers come into town. And there you go with some of the weather forecasts. Looking at some of the starting pitchers. Don't see too many changes. We know Kyle Freeland coming back here off the injured list today. Nathan Eovaldi also coming off the injured list. He had that lateral injury there. Male still on the injury list for Texas, so they get one of their guys back in Eovaldi today. Going to be pitching, and let's see what else we have here. Looks like Festa will be confirmed to start here for Minnesota. So let's get to the games for today. So let's get to it. Will Warren gets to start instead of Schmidt. Tomorrow. That's my man Wayne. He likes to call him Schmidt. All right, let's get to the baseball. Let's get the baseball rolling here for today's action. We'll start here with Mets and Pirates. We see the Mets $1.35. Total sits here at 8. And then we go here in Major League Baseball. We've got the Athletics and Yankees. Yankees big 247 favorites, total 8.5. Rays and Orioles. The Rays $1.23. Total sits at 9. We got Twins and Tigers. Tigers $1.39. Total of 9. And the block with Padres and Reds. Padres $1.26. Total of 9. We get this block underway here with. Well, Wayne will wait for it, but we'll go to Rod.
And for me here in this early block of games, I like the Mets here in this spot. I know they haven't been playing the greatest, but nothing like says getting right like playing the Pirates here in this spot. Mets, hey, they've won 14 straight as a favorite versus an NL opponent, so I'll take the Mets there in that matchup. And then what do the Yankees do? Well, they love to play down to their opponent. They've lost 8 straight versus an opponent with a losing record. So we see the Athletics losing record. I'll take the Athletics there at 2 times their money. Worth a shot. I'm not a Will Warren guy. There's a couple guys on the Athletics that can definitely get to Warren offensively. They have some good numbers against them. So I think the Athletics will be able to get to Warren early in that one. So give me the Athletics there. And then one more I'm looking at. Give me Baltimore. I know I had the Rays yesterday, but I'm going to take the Orioles here today. Just out of things. You see Pepe out on the mound for the Rays, and hey, he's been pitching well. But it's just that you look at this line and this price just seems a little funky to me when you see the Rays, the way they've been playing 7-3 in their last 10, 46-35, 11 games over 500. Well, you look at the other side of things, and Baltimore's 12 games below 500. 17-21 at home, but they're only a plus 110 dog. Yeah, that price tells you all you need to know. Give me Baltimore on the money line and that one over the Rays.
And here with Rod. Next up, we move right on over to Kevin.
Yeah, I'll agree with Rod right out of the gate there. I'm going to take Baltimore getting the plus money. They're actually getting the rest day, so we'll have Jordan Westberg in this game. He's the key to this batting. I mean, this guy's been electric. He started late in the season. I mean, the hits and everything are crazy. I'll take him for an RBI. And then you got Gunnar Henderson batting. I think that's just going to be too much power for Tampa Bay in this spot. Tampa Bay is basically on a back-to-back. And like I said, Baltimore getting a day off. Same thing with the Pirates over the Mets. Mets off a series against the Braves, a must-win. They lost the first 2, won the second 2. I think this is a huge letdown for them going on the road against Pittsburgh. Pirates had the day of rest. Keller on the mound. I think Pittsburgh can steal this one and get some plus money for us.
There we go with Kevin. Next up, we move right. We'll move right on. Oh, hang on 1 second. We'll move right on over to Javon.
Yeah, I'm on the Mets Pirates under. Mitch Keller, he's a hard luck pitcher. They can't buy a win when he's on the mound, but he's been decent, I would say, as of late. In certain spots. At home, he pitches better than he does on the road. So I think that he could hold the Mets, under wraps somewhat in this one. And David Peterson, he's a lefty, and quite frankly, the Pirates can't hit themselves out of the wet paper bag against lefties. Hitting below the Mendoza line their last 5 and last 10, I believe, against lefties. So, this, coupled with the bullpens, the bullpens is always, a shaky proposition if you're relying on them in late game situations. But, 8.5, I think it stays under that.
There we go with Javon. Next up, we shall move right on over to Brian.
Yeah, this is a tough grouping of games here, and I hate to agree with my friend Kevin Thomas here, but out of this grouping, I like the Pittsburgh Pirates the best. I mean, the line of Pinnacles at minus 134, Superbook minus 131 to back the Mets, opened up around minus 160. It just seems a little bit fishy to me. Keller, he's had a rough 0-5 last 5 starts. They're just not scoring runs for him, but this Mets team off of, like Kevin said, hard series, 2 against the Braves, 1 against the Phillies. I think they come in a little flat today, and Pittsburgh gets a W. I'll take the Pirates.
There from Brian here. Tell you what I think about some of these games. I like the under as well in New York and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh hitting just 223 against lefty starters. Their bullpen is in really good shape. a ERA of 2.70 over their past 8. That might explain some of the line movement here. Is that the Pirates bullpen is in much better shape. Pittsburgh 13-3, the under, facing NL starter with an ERA of 3.2 or lower. So I'll look at the under in that one. I'm going to come back here with the Rays here. Tampa Bay hit 304 over their past 6. Baltimore in past 7 games, just a $1.84. Pepe on the road, an ERA under 3. And looking at Baltimore here against these good bullpens, they are 10-28, facing a team with a bullpen whip of 1.25 or lower. That's losing 22 units. I got to take Tampa Bay in that spot. And let's see what we've got here in this next spot. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru as we get ready for the next series of game here from Major League Baseball. So let's pull them up for you right now. And at this next block of games, we will have Cardinals and Guardians here. We've got the Cardinals here, $1.23, total 8.5. Toronto and Boston, Boston $1.19, total 8.5. We go Phillies and Braves. The Braves $1.70 now, total 9.5. And we go Giants and Sox. The Giants $1.51, total of 9. Close the block with Seattle and Texas. Here we got Seattle $1.15, total of 7. The block gets underway here with Rod.
And for me here in this block, I like a couple in this spot. I like the Phillies. Nice little plus price with McAble on the mound for Philadelphia. In fact, I just like what I've seen from McAble. I think he's able to mow down some of these Braves. Braves have been playing a little better ball, but I don't trust Elder here in this spot. I think Elder could definitely give up some meatballs to this Philly lineup, and at that big plus price, too much value to pass up there with the Phillies. On the money line in that one, and then give you the under, Seattle and Texas. Expect a lower scoring one here. Gilbert on the bump last time we seen him. He's pitching pretty well. But it's that back end of this road trip for the Seattle squad. I think it's kicking off this series. I might be I'm leaning to Texas as well. I think the Seattle bats kind of slow it up a little bit. We've seen in those last games against the Twins, they struggled to put runs on the board. And I think that's what you get here. It's the back end. This is game 8 of this road trip. So you got 8, 9, 10 this weekend. That's a lot of games out on the road for Seattle. And we've seen them plenty of times this year where their offense just dries right up. So give me Texas in the under in that one.
There we go with Rod. And next up, we move right on over to Kevin.
Yeah, what I'm looking at here is the Red Sox in this spot. Blue Jays off a game yesterday. Red Sox get the day off. Bello is a right-handed pitcher. We know the Blue Jays are better against lefties. I think 271 against lefties, 251 against righties. So I'm going to ride with Boston here. I'm going to look at Jaron Duran to get us an RBI. I think he's back in the leadoff spot for the Red Sox. You can get plus 165 on that. My Phillies, if you watch them against the Astros, 15 hits over 3 games, 1 run scored. Give me the under all day against the Braves in this one. And I'm willing to take the White Sox plus 1.5. I mean, the Giants, since they made the Devers, they got swept by the Marlins. And then they got to travel to Chicago. Give me the White Sox plus 1.5.
There we go with Kevin. Next up, we shall move right on over to Javon.
Yeah, so I am actually on the other side with Landon Rook. I know he's not as good on the road as he is at home, but when you see Aaron Savale on the other side, pitching for the White Sox, I actually didn't like the trade for the White Sox, because as bad as they are, they got a bunch of young guys on the mound, that have been producing somewhat, and throwing him in the mix, it just doesn't jive with me. So he's good to give up the home run, and I think he gives up a couple in this one. I think this might be a war of attrition in this one with the Giants coming out on top. Really just a fate of Aaron Savale, no more, no less in this one. I'm on the over actually in the Mariners-Rangers game. Yeah, I know about the unders and when they're playing in Arlington, that's all well and good. But when these two teams get together, it's usually a over affair. Some way, somehow, late inning, shenanigans come into play, and games that are supposed to stay under, they go over. It's at 7.5 or 7 rather now. Hey. Just means less wood to chop as far as I'm concerned. Nady Uvalde, yeah, I understand. Sub 2 ERA, but he's coming off an IL stint, and the last game he pitched, I believe he was coming off an IL stint in that one, or he wasn't, so he's been in and out of, you know, injuries, in and out for the last couple months with injuries, and he's not going to be in the game for that long. What are you going to see him for a couple innings? Maybe 3 innings. It's not going to be what people think it's going to be. And I think he could get touched up in this one. And like I said, the bullpens late game situations, back into the both pitching staffs, they get touched up, and I believe this one to go over. That's really the long and the short of it for me.
Here we go with Javon. And next up, we shall move right on over to Brian.
Yeah, usually I try to keep it to one pick per time slot, but this is a pretty strong slot here. I like the Braves Phillies to go over 9.5 runs. I know the Phillies bats really struggled in that last series, but Mick Abel, I think teams are starting to figure him out. He's got hit hard 2 of his last 3 starts, and Elder, I think he's due to give up some runs against the Phillies. I think the line here, I would take the Braves. I was going line. I know it's minus 160, but that kind of tells you all you need to know. And then as far as money lines go, Cleveland Guardians on the money line would be my favorite money line play. Ortiz hasn't pitched bad over his last 5 starts. Got blew up and is one of those giving up 6 runs, but overall he's been strong. Guardians at home. Give me Cleveland on the money line.
Yeah, from Brian, tell you what I think here about these games here. I'm going to look at, hang on 1 second. I'll tell you what I like here. I'm going to take Toronto here. This is the hot batch right now. Still some concerns. No Devers in the lineup. We saw Boston really struggling at the plate over their past 6, 225, and their bullpen's been hit up over that period of time. ERA over 5. Barrios sharp over his past 5 starts, ERA just of 2. Blue Jays up on 7 of 12 on the road, returning 2.5 units. I'll get Toronto. Agree with Brian. I like Cleveland here at this plus price at home. St. Louis 237 batting average over their past 8. Ortiz at home in the area of 3 flat. Cardinals ERAs on the road near 5. And Guardians, they're against right-handed starters at home this year, 16-9, returning 6.5 units. So I'll look at Cleveland in that spot. Also, what do we got here in that spot here? I'm going to take the Padres on that price here. Padres 256 batting average over their past 7. Reds at 229. But the issue here was Martinez here over his past 7 appearances in ERA near 6.5. Padres on the road 13-8, facing an NL team hitting 255 or lower. That's returning 6 units. So I'll look at the Padres in that spot there. All right, let's continue here on the drive.
Real quick, Tony.
Yeah.
Real quick, Tony. Let me just modify my San Fran pick because I realize it's 162. We don't do that over on this side. We're gonna knock down some of the juice and take it at -1.
-1 there. -1 there. Half, so it's half on the money line, half on the run line there on the -1 there. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru as we close out baseball with these final 5 here on the board for tonight. And they will be Mariners and Rangers. We got the Mariners at $1.15, total of 7. Cubs and Astros, the Astros $1.15, total of 8. Rockies and Brewers. We got the Brewers $2 here, total 8.5. Dodgers and Royals. This one we got the Royals $1.59, total 9.5. I think we're in the middle block here, if I'm not mistaken. Here we got no, we're not at the end of here. Hang on, let me back it up here. Nats and Angels. The Angels $1.61, total of 9. And then we'll go here with the Marlins and D-backs. Here we've got the D-backs $1.78, total sits here at 8.5. Get the block underway here with Rod.
Yeah, a couple I like here in the spot. Give me the over between the Marlins and Arizona. I think both those teams can score plenty of runs. Even Arizona dealing with the couple injuries they're dealing with in their lineup there tonight. Especially with Perez on the bump going for the Marlins, you can definitely give up a few. Kelly's pitches better at home, but once you get to that Arizona bullpen, all bets are off. So at 8.5, that seems a touch light. It did open at 9, come down, as Jovan says. Less wood to chop. Give me the over 8.5 there in the Marlins and Arizona. And then another one I'm looking at is give me the under here between the Angels and Washington at 9. I think that's just too many runs there. Expect a lower scoring one. Soriano on the bump for the Angels, and he's been dealing for this Angels squad rolling along. I think the hot, nasty Nats, their bats, slowed up a little bit. It's just one of those spots after your a couple series here on the West Coast. Sometimes it's a Friday night. You might be looking at a little bit of surf and sun. It's sunny and hot there. And sometimes you let things go a little bit, especially after one of those long trips. After 2 tough series, now you have to face an Angels squad that's been pretty hot themselves, 7-3 in their last 10. And I'm just not a Jake Irvin guy. Irvin on the bump for Washington here. I think the Angels can get some runs. Give us the under 9, Washington, and the Angels. Lower scoring one there tonight.
Here from Rod. Next up, we move right on over to Kevin.
I think the Astros might be in trouble. They're going to face a team that can actually hit pitching. Now I know the Astros didn't score a lot of runs in the Phillies series, but honestly, the Phillies I think have the best pitching starters in baseball right now, and they just pitched a gem, and their team let them down. So I'm going to look at this total of 8. I'm going to go over that total for that game, and then I'm going to take Washington over LA. I like what the Nats are doing. Young team playing small ball, and what people don't talk about the Angels is Zach Neto, and he's hurt. He's out for this game. That kid, he sets the tone. He makes Mike Trout look good, in my opinion. Give me Washington on the money line.
Protection of the lineup. There we go. From Kevin. Next up, we move on to Javon.
Yeah, this Washington Angels game, I'll take the under first 5. Jose Soriano, he's been nothing but a stud as of late. And Jake Irvin, hasn't been half bad. I mean, I know he's given up 2-3 runs per start, but early going, I think that scoring will be at a premium. Later on in this game, it could be Rockets red glare. 7th, 8th, 9th, both bullpens have the possibility of giving it up. They're liable to do that. And I've been hearing a lot, of Angels, but throughout the day. But looking at that price, too steep for me. I'd rather be on the other side. Just playing the law of averages with a Washington team who, were on that major losing streak. Something's got to change. Something's going to turn around. If you don't like it, just take it at +1. And I wouldn't do that neither because you got to lay some juice with that. But yeah, I'll stick to my guns with the money line play at +140.
There we go with Jovan. Next up, we move right on over to Brian.
It's a tough board, but I don't want to pull a Chris Ruffalo and take a pass here, so I got to come up with something. I'm going to take the Miami Marlins plus the 1.5, getting no respect there. They won 5 of the last 6, swept out the Giants, beat the Braves in the series. Yuri Perez hasn't performed how I expected him to. He's got some good stuff. So for me here, I'll take the Miami Marlins plus the 1.5.
There we go from Brian here. Let's see here. I'll tell you what I think here about these games here. You can see Yuri Perez. I was going to look up something from him, but I'll tell you what I think here. I'm gonna come in here with Washington here in this spot. Looking at this nasty Nats team hitting .263 over their past 6. Nationals here, 5-1 on the road, facing an AL team with an on-base percentage of .330 or lower, returning over 6 units. I'll take this nasty Nats team at that plus price. Also, take the plus here with Miami here against Arizona. Roof will be closed in this series, but Miami is hitting .271 over their past 6 games. So some resiliency, losing leads in San Francisco and coming back and winning games. That showed me a little bit there. Their bullpen has performed as well. Arizona hitting just .252 against righty starters, but their bullpen at home, an ERA of 5.5. Marlins have won 8 of 12 on the road, returning 7 units. We know that there's no home field advantage for Miami because no one shows up to those games. I mean, it's just brutal over there. So they're not getting that push at home. So just play the villain. They're playing the villain on the road. That seems to be the profile they like here. But interesting with Arizona at home against losing teams this year, they are 9-10, losing 8.5 units. So I got to look at the Miami side. Speaking of Yuri Perez, let's look a little deeper with him. Let's see. He's remember he's coming off Tommy John. He's only pitched 3 innings, 4 innings, 4 2/3. He was stretched out in his last start, pitching 89 pitches, or giving up 3 earned runs against Atlanta at home. 6 strikeouts there. So 6 strikeouts there in 4 2/3 innings. That's the Yuri Perez we know and love. Those high strikeout marks. So we'll see if he can. We'll see if he can improve that off that. It's only his 4th start coming off Tommy John. He's only 22 years old. Remember, he scared the hell out of baseball in 2023 when you had a 19-year-old or 20-year-old needing Tommy John right after 19 starts, and then everyone started to baby everybody. So he's got a lot of baseball in front of him there. Drafted in 2019, and he's on a 1-year contract, but I'm pretty sure the team has control in arbitration situations there with him. So we'll see how that goes. Should be interesting what happens with Skubal, right? Skubal's controlled him to 2026. And there's been no talk of extending Skubal. I know a lot of talk is on Skeens, but what about Skubal in Detroit? You guys are being cheap too. Because Skubal, you'll lose control after next season with Skubal. And he goes on Sunday, so just throwing that out there. There, all right. Let's continue here on the drive-thrus. We'll turn our attention, big card here from the W here, as we'll turn our attention here to WNBA action for today's card. I got a funky lines coming up on my line service, so we'll put the games up, but the lines are kind of funky here, so let's get it rolling here for today in the W. Minnesota and Atlanta. Minnesota is the favorite here, 4 total 157, and we'll continue on here with our WNBA rundown. Indiana at Dallas. Indiana is the favorite here, 1.5 total 166. We move over to Sky and Valkyries. It's the Valkyries 9. Look at this, 9 total 157. Liberty and Mercury, we got the Mercury 1.5 point favorites, total 168. We'll close it out here with the Sun and the Storm. We got the Storm here, 19 total 156.5. We get this one underway here with Rod.
Yeah, the first one I'm looking at is everybody's like, oh, the Sun stink, right? Yeah, well, give me the Sun in the first half. You're going to give me 10 points. Well, you're going to be double digits in a WNBA game with a squad in the first half. I'll take it. Give me the Sun plus the 10 in the first half there. In that matchup, they can keep it single digits in the first half there. And another one I'm looking at, I like the over in the first half. You look at the Liberty and the Mercury. I expect a high-scoring game there in that one, and it's going to kick off early. I see 85. I think we get into the 90s there in that first half, so take the over there. And then it's Friday night, so give me some chicken wings. I like chicken wings here on a Friday night as well, so I'll take the Dallas Wings there at home. Hey, they've won 2 straight at home. Why not make it 3? Everybody's all like, oh, Caitlin Clark's not going to play. Well, I think we all knew that she probably wasn't going to play here in this one yesterday when she didn't play. They're in the back-to-back spot here as well.
Oh, no.
Oh, I just kind of had a feeling. Just one of those spots. She's looking forward to Tuesday's game that's coming up against the Dream.
The money game.
Here is Caitlin Clark. She'll be ready for that one. That one's in the Commissioner's Cup, so she'll be definitely ready for the big money game coming forward here on Tuesday. So they're not going to rush her back for that one. Give me the Dallas Wings on the money line in that one.
Yeah, from Rod. Next up, we move right on over to Kevin.
Okay, Brian. All right.
Here we go.
Yeah, Atlanta Dream off that loss against the Dallas Wings. I mean, that's embarrassing, but now they're back home. They get the Lynx, and it's only 4 points. That's kind of fishy to me, that line right there. I'm going to take the Atlanta Dream. I might lay a little bit on that money line as well. And then I'm going to look at Paige Buckers because she's at home going against Caitlin Clark's team. All Caitlin Clark's fans are going to be in that audience. And Paige Buckers is beating her rookie year, and people aren't talking about it. It's all about Caitlin Clark. And I want to know who knew she wasn't playing yesterday in that game before that game went off, because they didn't post it till almost 4 o'clock that she wasn't going to play. Before 4 o'clock, they had her. They just said questionable, and that line didn't move at all. So I don't know what Brian's talking about. He can't name 3 WNBA players, but that's beside the point. Give me the Minnesota
Caitlin
Lynx.
Clark, Paige. I can name plenty of WNBA.
We got 2.
There you go.
We got 2.
Take Atlanta.
That's until he stopped.
Take Atlanta.
All it matters is covering the number. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter if you can name 50,000 WNBA players. It only matters if you cash the tickets.
That's right. And how you, and no matter how you do it, just how you go there from Kevin. All right. Next up, we move right on over to Javon. He's on the mute.
Yeah, I'm on the Lynx. This line's going up since news of Collier playing, but I don't think it matters in this one. They're coming off a loss, 4-point loss to the Mystics in their last game. And they're gonna want to do some damage in this one. Atlanta's having a strong season thus far. With Brittany Griner and company. New look dream team, and they've been playing like the dream team. you know. But I think in this one, it all comes to a head. Just off that loss, I like my chances with the Lynx. I like the better at one. To be quite frank. But with that said, it could only be Minnesota for me. And man, it's a lot of points. Are we doing 2-2, or are we doing through the whole slate?
The whole slate.
Yeah, this is a lot of points. Even with a bad Sky team going up against the expansion team. The expansion team, they're covering spreads. They're getting the job done. They're 500 for the season. In at home, and they've been getting the job done. With all that said, I think it's just a little bit too many points. The Sky have been showing signs with them tweaking things because they have no guard play to speak of. So what did they do? They put the ball in Angel Reese's hands to let her bring it up the court, and it's been doing better than what it was before. So, not to say that they've been winning games or a good team. They did win that last game, but it's just they've shown improvement, and that improvement to me will lead to a cover in this one.
Here from Javon. Next up on over to Brian.
Yeah, I think Javon hit it right on the head. I think this is the Captain Obvious game of the day here. You got to be on the Chicago Sky. I mean, Golden State, this line opened up at 8. I think it's at 9 in most spots here, despite everybody being in love with the Valkyries, who, they knocked off the Fever. They knocked off Seattle. They almost beat the New York Liberty. They've been covering like crazy. They covered 6 out of the last 7 games. Give me a break here. Chicago covered the last 2. They're playing better basketball. You're going to give me 8 to 9 points with the Chicago Sky. I think this is maybe an outright win for the Sky, but I'll definitely take the points.
Yeah,
I'll bet you on that right now. Outright win.
Well, you're going to bet
you
me
on that. What are you? How many breakfast
win. I said sprinkle
you just said an
a little
outright
bit on the money
win.
line.
You said an outright win.
Sprinkle a little bit on the money
Chicago's
line.
second best player, who I think might be their best player, Cardusa, is gone. She's playing overseas. Traveling from Chicago to the
Too
West
many
Coast.
people
all the teams that have traveled have lost.
Golden State tonight. Come on. Everybody I talk to likes Golden State tonight, except for Javon, the first person that...
They're a big team. They should.
We'll see.
Well, I'll bet you what you owe me on that straight up. You said straight up.
No, you got to give me the 8.5 down. Come on.
No. You said straight up.
There we go. From let's continue here on the drive-through as we'll turn our attention. Maybe we'll see who else.
Such a cheap ass Kevin Thomas.
Oh, there.
Anyway. He'll only take a game when it's like a minus like 850. Then he'll go all
looking for the best odds. All right, we do have one tonight from the CFL. Montreal and Hamilton here. We see this line 2.5 for Montreal on the road. Total 49.5. I know not everyone handicaps this CFL with me, Rod, but Rod does. What do you got, Rod?
Yeah, for me here in this one, only one way to go. I don't trust this Hamilton squad. I'm not a Bo Levi guy, so I don't care. You get the week off. Who cares? You get the week off. This line's trying to bait you into this Hamilton line, going, come on. Montreal's only laid 2.5 here. Oh, okay. So you want to take Hamilton plus the 2.5? Nah, everybody's been up on Hamilton. Just because it has been it's the bye week. They're all, see, Captain Obvious looking for the thing and going, what's going on? The problem is that everybody's all like, oh, no, Bethel Thompson going for Montreal, right? That's why the big scared money has been jumping all over this Hamilton squad. This Hamilton defense sucks. Absolutely sucks. I'm telling you, Bo Levi's going to be running for his life all night long. That Hamilton offensive line, even with the bye week, is a sieve. They have no run game, so who you handing the ball off to enforce that run game? And good luck against the Montreal squad that can slow up a run. The non-existent Hamilton run game, they'll be able to stop you offensively with Bo Levi. He's going to be running. Even with Bethel Thompson, I don't have to lay more than a field goal with Montreal. That is the better squad. I'll lay the 2.5 there with Montreal.
There from Rod. Next up, we'll see if anyone's got X. You got anything in CFL, Kevin?
I do not.
No CFL. What about Brian?
Oh, I've just looked to check the current odds. I see Pinnacle still has this game at a -2 for Montreal. And, this is my premium pick. I'm just going to give it out because I've been absolutely brutal in the CFL. I've been terrible. It's the only thing I haven't been winning lately is the CFL. But I got to go with the Hamilton Tiger Cats here. I know they gave up 28 and 38, and their defense was absolutely horrible. But to me, Montreal's played a tough schedule to start. They've had really looked like maybe the best team in the CFL. This line just doesn't make sense to me. I know it's Friday night, but only laying 2 points to take the best team in CFL. I'm going to go with the Hamilton Tiger Cats. I'm due for a turnaround here in the CFL. So give me the Cats here.
Penny lean there.
Makes no sense to me.
They're the only one at 2. A sharp book Chris has 2.5. A sharp book circa 3. So
I like the under 2 in that game. Because all the points that Hamilton's been giving up, I think we're going to see a better defensive effort from them. How could they look 51. Worse giving up?
Yeah, we'll see how
we'll
that
see.
rolls.
I like Hamilton, and
all right, he
Tiger
likes
Cats
Hamilton,
are
but
coming
doesn't
out.
like to play. Likes the team, not to play. He likes the team, not to play. There from Brian. There.
I was hoping Kevin would go with the Alouettes. Really let me down for that.
Philpott.
Let's go back. Let's go back to
no.
binoculars. Let's go back to those
here.
binoculars that Brian had. Let's see those binoculars. What do you need those for down at the beach?
Oh,
Yeah.
pervert. Oh no,
You
pre. I'm a pre. There we go.
To be 100% honest, I sat down.
He's
here
a
to see the
seagull
show
watcher.
Submarines, and they were sitting over the
Bird watching.
counter. I don't
He's
know.
bird watching. He's looking for
Bird
whales. He's looking for whale watching. Whale watching. Likes the whales.
Well, I
Likes
never
the
seen
whale
watching.
Brian
Yeah.
turn
He
so
likes
red.
rhinos. He likes rhinos and whales, so that's what he's looking for. There we go.
And cats. I like tiger
You like
cats.
tiger cats too? All right, there we go. From Brian. All right. Let's get down to the. We know Friday's a little crazy here. Let's get down to the parlay promo segment where Cappers give out a parlay, team player prop, game of the future, and NFL season win totals, college football, Heisman, whatever they want to do here. Football's on the way. Phil Steele's in the mail. All right, let's get this one underway here with Rob.
How about next week? Joey Chestnut over 71.5.
There we go.
Going to be eaten on July 4th. 'Cause, he's a little bit mad after his suspension. So he's going to come back. He's been eating a few less hot dogs than he has been. But since he got suspended, he's going to come back and be all like, hey, I'm going to eat a bunch. And I see it at 71.5. Take over 71.5 hot dogs eaten by Joey Chestnut on July 4th. But, hey, let's get serious. Let's give you a parlay here for today. We're going to take the Baltimore Orioles on the money line. I love wings, so give me some chicken wings. I'll take Dallas wings on the money line as well. And throw in that Montreal Alouettes minus the 2.5 as well. Little mixed sport 3-teamer for you as well today.
There with Rod. And next up, we move right on over to Kevin.
I'm gonna take Paige Buckers over 17.5 points, but if I can get her for a double-double, I'll lock that in as well. And give me those Valkyries minus 9 points. I'll actually go up to 10. I'll juice it up to 10 so I get some plus money on that.
You're pulling out the extendo clip on that one, Kevin.
There we go.
I'm going to pull it out all over Brian.
It's a slim one. But it's a slim one. There, a slim Jim right there. on over, Javon.
What is this? The parlay segment? Sheesh. Oh, we're gonna roll with San Fran. It's a buddy line. Nobody's sweat. It's a parlay. So, and then we'll match it up with some real plus money. Washington. Then for a second one, it's the WNBA one. We'll take Minnesota Lynx. knock off that minus four and just make it a money line play, and we'll match it up with the Chicago Sky. Put a little bit more on it, the because we sacrificed some odds. Um, so in that case, put a little bit more money on it.
There we go here from Jovan. Next up, we move right on over to Brian.
Yeah, we're going to go with the 3-sport money line plus money parlay. Pittsburgh Pirates money line, Chicago Sky on the money line, and then we're going to go with Hamilton Tiger Cats on the money line. All dogs, all looking to cash tonight. That's where I'm going.
There we go from Brian. Tell you what I think here about the parlay here. I'll look under with Mets Pirates. I'll take the Padres, and I'll lay it as well with the Dodgers. All right, we got you through our parlay purple segment. Now it's time to see what our cappers have to say over at Pick Dogs. We're heading into a weekend of action with a lot of baseball action from the W as well. A little CFL in there, and we'll take a look and see what's rolling over at Pick Dogs. We'll see what Brian's got for sale right now. Brian's put an impressive last 3 days, 2,315 units of profit. Brian, what's for sale?
Oh, number one last 7 days, number one last 30 days as far as units won. But I got my WNBA non-conference game of the year tonight, 16-2 run in the W. You can get my best bet over at pickdogs.com. Just $25 to get to that winner. Maybe pair me up with some of the all-star handicappers here with a 2-for-1 capper special.
Very good. Yeah, get on board with Brian over at Pick Dog Premium. Let's see what Kevin's got for sale over at Pick Dog Premium. Kevin, been hot here the last 7 days.
Man, Tony, I haven't really been hot. I was really hot, and then I dropped off, so that's why those numbers are down. But we got to get back up there. We got 2 WNBA plays going tonight, and we still got my money grab, which is always a plus money winner in MLB action. But the Pristine Wagers, the way you want to go, that's my top premium pick, and it's in WNBA. Or partner me up with any of these great guys here or over at the website, because I know a lot of these guys like Wayne and stuff do boxing, MMA, and then you got soccer and stuff. I don't know if these guys do soccer or boxing, but check it all out.
Good. Get on board with Kevin over at Pick Dogs. We'll see what's up. Rolling with Jovan. The last 3 days, 605 units of profit. What you got for sale, Jovan?
Yeah, I got a 3-pack going. 2 MLB plays with 1 WNBA play. Check that out. All of those are also sold separately, as single plays. So, if you just want one, grab it up. Like I said, I've been just taking 2 plays per day with baseball, and been coming up on the plus side on the strength of, being 1-1, and both plays been plus money on plays. So I'd rather be on that side instead of getting juiced. So check out something long term. 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, yearly. Football's right around the corner, and you might want to be on something long term when it comes to me and football. I'll just say that right now. So match me with one of the other handicappers or several of the other handicappers for the multi-cap promotional. You can't go wrong here. Sports Shop Place to Pick Dogs. Let's get it.
Yeah, good. Get on board with Jovan over at Pick Dogs Premium. See what Rod's got for sale over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight. Action, Rod, what you got?
I'm over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight. Smaller card for me again. I got my MLB play of the day. You can scoop that up singly on a nice 10-3 run with it. I got a couple more MLB plays in the 3-pack, so definitely scoop up that Friday triple for you over there, and let's have a big week kickstart the weekend to win it. Hey, we've been up in the MLB this week, so looking to stay hot heading into the dog days of summer, as they say. A lot of MLB heading into the weekend. I got a CFL play in there for you as well, and we got a WNBA play in there. My pick of the day in the W is loaded into that package as well. So jump aboard that Friday 3-pack, and let's have a big winning week together. Or, as many of the cappers alluded to, the best way to go is long-term, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day. Take advantage of that 2-for-1, 3-for-1, or hey, pair us all up and let's have a big winning weekend together. Don't forget to pick at checkout, save 15% off.
Yeah, get on board with Rod over at Pick Dogs Premium. Take advantage of the 2-for multi-cap promotion as well there. All right, guys, over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight's action. I do have a best bet on the board for Major League Baseball. Also a 3-pack, so 4 premiums for me. Why not get that 3-day all sports pass for the weekend? Get all my baseball for the weekend. I am the number 2 unit producer in Major League Baseball for the year. So get on board with me over at Pick Dogs Premium. Use the promo code PICK to save 15% off and match me up with your favorite capper with the multi-capper promotion. All right, we're with you here Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time with the drive-thru. Make sure to like, subscribe, set those notifications. We passed 250,000 subscribers. Now we're moving toward 300K. So hit that subscribe button if you would. A lot of great content on the channel, not just live shows, but individual videos as well on demand. We'll ask, of course, Kevin, you contribute as well here to the YouTube channel with on demand and more.
I do, Tony, every night picking a prop. So you get them super late at night, into the morning, plenty of time to get on those winners. Also, I try to get on some of these weekend shows when I can. I know this is going to be a rough one. We finally got good weather, so the wife decided that we're getting a new pool when the other one blew out. So I'll be out there digging for a while. So yay me.
Yeah, very good. Put to work on the weekend there. Of course, Brian, we can catch you here on the drive-thru as well as some of the weekends and, of course, your video series.
Yeah, make sure you catch my sharp betting contrarian prediction every day on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel. And on Sundays, my dog of the day. I guest shoot that video. And then coming July 20th, I'll be back from vacation, hanging out with the guys on the weekend, arguing about some sports picks. Definitely would be some fun.
Very good. Of course, and Rod, pretty much a regular here on the drive-thru.
Pretty much Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday here on the drive-thru, giving you out winners.
And Javon here on the drive-thru Monday, Fridays. We can catch on the weekend shows and your Parlay video series as well up on the YouTube.
Yeah, there's one up on the board today. For tonight's action. Hit my last two parlays that's been put up on the board at the YouTube channel. So looking to keep it going there. And I'll be here tomorrow morning and Sunday morning. Then for the morning shows, and then right back on the drive-thru on Monday night.
Very good. There you go, guys. So make sure you check out the weekend shows. A lot of great content here on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel. Many cappers contributed. So check out, like, and subscribe. That's going to do it for the show. Back here on Monday. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and we'll be back here for you Monday. Anybody have anything to say before we close it out?
Go Sky.
There we go.